Phil Thatch here, and I'm standing on the side of Roberts Mill Road, which I was going to use as a shortcut to get to a location where hopefully some kites that should not be here in Tennessee are. Some friends of mine have seen them and photographed them, and several days have passed, and this is the first time I've been able to get out this way, so they're probably gone, but my shortcut is gone as well. Roberts Mill Road, a fantastic curvy mountain road, is closed right now, so I'll have to get to the location where the kites may be some other way. I made it to the location. I'm standing here at what I believe is a soybean field, and I believe this is Whitwell, Tennessee, although some people have said it's Dunlap, Tennessee, but I believe it's Whitwell. It's near the Sequatchie River soybean field, and some of my friends, Roger Ashley, Joy Adams, Robert, lots and lots of my friends, David Aborn, have seen swallow-tailed kites out here, and I'm excited to try to find some myself. So hopefully I'll see some out here. Oh, wait a minute, there goes one right there. Time to go get the big camera. Well, I went and got the camera. I had the D500 with the 200 to 500 lens and no teleconverter on, and the kite's way out there in the field, or it was, and that just wasn't enough horsepower. So I switched to the 500 f4 with the 1.7 teleconverter, and I'll be ready when they come back. The kites have a great deal of white on them. They're kind of all white and black, basically, and there's a whole lot of white, and I don't want to overexpose the white, so I'm probably going to underexpose the dark parts of the bird instead of blowing out the white, and try to recover some shadows. So let's see. I am at, of course, f6.7, which is what you get wide open with an f4 lens and a 1.7 teleconverter. f6.7 ISO 800 and 1/4,000th of a second. Now, looking at the meter, that shows me underexposed by 1.3 stops for the full scene. But remember, I'm trying to expose correctly for the white part of that bird. And I'm hoping that it'll give me a really nice dark background, which should really make the bird stand out in the pictures. We'll see. First thing I gotta do is get the bird to get close enough to make a photo, which so far has been a struggle. But it's pretty cool just to have seen them, you know, twice last month. When I was in Florida, I saw them. I saw them on the side of the interstate while we were traveling, and when we went to the Venice Rookery, a couple flew over. I didn't get a photo of them either time, so it'd be crazy to be back home in Tennessee and get my first decent photo of a swallowtail kite, and that is the goal for today. There's no shortage of mosquitoes out here this morning, so I'm going to put some insect repellent on, and hopefully I'll quit being eaten alive. I want to stress that I'm being very careful while I'm here, not to step on any of these plants. You know, this is this man or this woman or this family's livelihood out here in this field, and I have no intention of damaging it in any way, form, or fashion. So, you know, if you're ever making photographs near a crop, or really any plant, you know, if you're out in the Smokies and there's some wildflowers, be careful not to step on them. Also, take a look at my Adventure is Out There t-shirt that Heather drew on her iPad, freehand with a pencil. Totally awesome, and they're available to purchase, not even hardly expensive. And I'll put a link in the description to where you can get a t-shirt like this. And she's got several other designs. She's got one that's doing really well, a hiking sticker that you can also get on a hooded sweatshirt or a t-shirt. And like I say, I'll put a link to that in the description. Okay, so here I am in Lightroom. There's only 4 pictures from today that I liked enough to even edit. And look, I only made 26 photos, and 3 of them weren't even of birds. So there you have it. The birds were only in the air where I could see them. Or actually, I only saw one. Another fellow who I met there, Bob, said that he saw two in the air at a time, but I only saw one in my location. He was probably a good 100 or 200 yards away from me. So anyway, let's look at these horrible photographs. This was the second photograph I made, and probably it's the best one. I still had the 200 to 500 on, and when I switched, the bird got even further away on its second visit. But this one's at 1/1600th of a second, f5.6 ISO 400, and that's a pretty neat photo, even though it's, you know, it's not great or even close to great. And here's another photo, 1/2000th, and by this time I've switched to the 500 f4 and the 1.7 teleconverter, and this photo is just heavily cropped. I wanted to share this one because when we were driving down the interstate in Florida and I saw these birds in the distance, I originally thought, I said bald eagle because the white head and everything else is dark, but as I observed them flying around for a couple more seconds, I definitely said, oh, look at the split tail, that's a kite. So, but there are the photos. Now, Bob Houdshell has some fantastic images of these same birds that he took 2 or 3 days ago on his Facebook page, and Roger Ashley also has some very good photos that he made of these birds on his Facebook page. So if you want to see some better photos of these birds from this field in Tennessee, those two guys have some great ones. Mine are not too good. Well, it's been about an hour since the last time I saw a kite flying around, and I really didn't get any photos once I got my settings dialed in right where I really wanted them to be. So, but I did get a photo or two. Not great by any stretch of the imagination, so I'm going to call this a successful failure. You know, I did get to see the bird, did get a photograph of the bird, but I did not get a great photograph of the bird. So the moral of the story is you're not going to get a great photograph every time you go to make photographs. You know, wildlife photography is just that way. Sometimes whatever it is you're trying to get a photo of is not going to get close enough or stay around long enough for you to make a great photo. You can't let that get you down. I'm still happy about today because I got to see a swallowtail kite in Tennessee, which you shouldn't be able to do, and I met some nice folks who have let me know that it's possible that maybe this time next year I'll be able to go to the same location and see a swallowtail kite. Now, I don't think that I'll come back next Thursday, which is my bird photography day. I don't think I'll come back to this location next Thursday. I think I'll probably wait till next year. But I think my days of attempting swallowtail photography in Tennessee are not done. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.